This is Camp Kaitoke in the Remataka Ranges near Upper Hutt City. Each year, people of different ages and backgrounds gather here to celebrate one passion, Scottish fiddle. The Southern Hemisphere International School of Scottish Fiddle is known as Chiset for short. It is an intensive week-long camp dedicated to discovering the traditional fiddle music of Scotland.
Chiset is the Southern Hemisphere International School of Scottish Fiddle, and it's just this great week where a whole bunch of people from Australia and New Zealand particularly come together to share music and learn Scottish tunes from some of the best players in the world today. So I started Chiset because I'd been to some Scottish fiddle camps in America and in Scotland, and it cost a lot of money for me to go from Australia to the Northern Hemisphere. So I decided that wouldn't it be better to spend that money on bringing some people who are at the top of their field as far as musicianship goes, and bring them to us so that more Australians and New Zealanders could have that experience.
Scottish fiddle tunes range from driving reels for dancing, and delicate slow airs to evoke deep emotion.
The difference between a violin and a fiddle is really just the music that you play. The instrument is exactly the same. It tends to get called a violin when you're playing classical music and a fiddle when you're playing traditional music from a different culture.
The tutors from Chiset 2009 included Gregor Borland, the only current performing fiddler to have been taught by both Hector McKenzie of Colts, whose grandfather was a pupil of James Mackintosh of Dunkeld, the last pupil of the famous Neil Gow, and Donald Riddell of Clunes, who was the leader of the Highland Strathspey and Reel Society, also a prolific teacher in the Inverness area. Gregor currently lives in Spain with his family, where he has started a traditional fiddle school in the beautiful town of Piar, north of Alicante. Another tutor at Chiset 2009 was Kendra McGillivray of Canada. Kendra has taken her fiddle music from the dance halls in eastern Nova Scotia to beautiful concert stages and sold-out venues around the world. Kendra has showcased at some of the most prestigious Celtic festivals in Canada. She has played at the Celtic Colours International Festival in Cape Breton many times and the Halifax Celtic Festival in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Catherine Fraser, the creator and director of Chiset, is an Australian Scottish fiddler. She is an experienced performer, teacher and recording artist. Catherine discovered her love of Scottish fiddle when she listened to a Scottish dance band album at age 12. Although Catherine studied classical music, it was traditional music which inspired and excited her. In 2004, Catherine founded the Southern Hemisphere International School of Scottish Fiddle. Recognising a lack of exposure for New Zealanders and Australians to Scottish fiddle masters, Catherine established a school as a week-long camp, bringing guest instructors from Scotland, North America and Canada, as well as teaching herself. The days are filled with classes where the tutors teach traditional tunes by ear. The rest of the time is spent singing, folk dancing, laughing with new friends and entertaining each other with a variety of talents. On a positive note as the fiddlers perform a spectacular concert to a sold-out audience at the Genesis Theatre in Upper Hutt City.
I think people find the Chiset experience inspiring for two reasons. One is obviously the music, and they're developing as a musician, and there's a lot to be said for immersing yourself in something for a week where there are no other distractions. So we have no TV and no computers really, and radio and other things to do. So people are just playing fiddle all the time, and I think they find that they improve. So that's one reason that they get all sort of fired up and inspired. And the other reason is there's a real sense of community, and people support each other at whatever level they are. So we get this, it's quite a special environment that grows up during the week, which is very hard to explain to anyone else who hasn't been here. But there's a sense of teamwork and just a community sort of togetherness. It's great to see people really focused on one thing and really passionate about playing a particular type of music, and that could be anything. It could be sport, it could be music, it could be stamp collecting really, but I think it's really great to do something to the best of your ability and challenge yourself constantly within that, and you become a better person if you can really put everything that you have into what you're doing at the time and give it 100%.